Through the Screaming Avocado, we've been taking students across Canada and to First Nations and Inuit communities over the past many years. And on those trips, we've always had a focus on food, because food is everything. That's a great connection through the cultures. We decided last year to add fitness to it because while we always take care of the food side and focus on healthy eating, we thought it'd be important to connect to the other side, to take the kids active, to have them develop leadership and self-confidence through activity to help fight obesity and diabetes. So we have the two sides, the eat and the fit, coming together and working towards change, hopefully, and instilling continual change through the communities that we visit.
He didn't sugarcoat it at all. He told us that it was a remote location.
We had to take 4 planes in 2 days, and then the same thing on the way back.
Really good weather if you're wearing warm stuff. Like, everyone up there said they're used to it.
It didn't bother me too much.
It didn't bother, yeah.
But I know a couple people on the trip didn't enjoy it.
It was really cold.
Even though it was so much colder, it was still a different type of cold. Like, you just walked out and it would just hit you like a brick wall.
It was in a way that maybe not everyone would find beautiful, but it was just like, it was just so remote, and everyone was so friendly, and they would smile to you and say hi and everything, which is always nice.
The Eat Fit program's about connecting kids to healthy food, but then also working on the fitness side. Whether it be mental or physical, it's a chance for kids to develop self-confidence and to better the way they live through their body and their mind.
I think everyone kind of saw how it worked, and that it is about physical fitness, but it's also about improving your mental fitness as well. We have to exercise our brains and calm the brains down, and whether it's physical fitness, whether it's food being put into your mouth, it all comes up to the mental aspect of it.
I was quite impressed with the interactions that happened. Of course, the kids that we took up with us were hand-chosen by Paul, and he did a very good job of doing that. All of them were very outgoing, very bright.
What we found over the years is that we need a solid student team to make these programs really work, to make the Eat Fit project come together. And so I chose students from across the school board, 6 different schools, and the reason I chose them individually was based on their outgoing personalities and their willingness to open their eyes up and to open their hearts up to the people that we're visiting. I wanted students that were going to be able to walk up and say, "Hi, how are you? My name is," and then draw them into the activities.
I think he maybe saw a personality that could maybe balance out other people on the trip.
Somehow he saw leadership in us somewhere.
Just that, like, when we were cooking in class, we always get kids involved.
We want to include as many kids as we can from across the board, and we want to choose kids from schools that are going to go back and share their experience with the other kids within their student population, and to share that experience across a broad spectrum of our board, so that it's not just individuals learning, it's about the whole school board learning.
My favorite experience was probably meeting all the kids, because I liked a lot of them, and meeting the dogs that run around everywhere because they're really cute and they run everywhere.
My favorite part about the trip, I think, was meeting all these amazing people, and thinking how different our lives are. And definitely one of the highlights was plucking a goose.
I can do it. Okay, I have to pull one feather. I did it!
When we got to the school, all the kids were really shy, and then once we were gonna leave, they were really enthusiastic and everything, and they took selfies and a lot of hugs.
My name is Nanako Furuta, and I'm from Japan. I am an international student, and I stayed in Listowel, Ontario for a year. I really got attached to Listowel as well. I'm from Tokyo, so it's a big city, and at first it was really different. I still remember the first day when we were coming from the airport to Listowel. I was so scared because there was nothing and it was all covered with snow. So it was totally white world, right? Staying there for a few days and actually having conversation with people, I think I was able to see the real aspect of it, of Wabakwi, and as well as the Aboriginal culture.
On the fit side of Eat Fit, we decided to change it from actual physical fitness to more leadership skill development.
I think the games were a way to break that ice and to get to know each other in a different way other than just talking. We saw everyone smiling, and it was more of a physical getting to know each other.
I think it went really well, leadership aspect. I'm a camp counselor, so I'm used to having to motivate kids to get involved and do that kind of thing. So with any age group though, I think it was a lot of fun because they did get involved. When you said, come on, come join, come get involved, and they would.
The first day was it was like a warm-up. We didn't really get to know the kids too well, so we didn't really have as really a connection with them, so we didn't really get to joke around with them as much.
But at first, they didn't really want to do anything. They were just sitting at the corner of the gym, and it was really hard at the first, but we never gave up, and we tried and tried and tried.
And if the ball falls off, okay, no problem. That's life, it stays up. We're just going to go back 3 steps.
I sat beside one of them and was like, I'm Alyssa, what's your name? Are you having a bad day? Or do you live close to here? Just not in your face, let's go play a game. Just trying to get to know them, and that wasn't even working, and I was trying to be the most, my sweetest version of myself, and sometimes they just, why should they right away? They don't know us, they don't know what we're all about right away, so I think it takes time, and it definitely worked out, in time.
I became really close with a girl named Judith, and on the very first day in Wabakwi, I saw her standing against the wall. And I saw her and I was like, my goal is to get that girl involved. I want her involved. And so I went over to her and I got her to come into the first activity, and it took a little bit of convincing at first. And then the next day it got easier and it got easier. And by the last day, she came up to me and told me how much she was gonna miss me, and she got a picture with me. And we even actually exchanged hair elastics. She gave me hers and I gave her mine, and it was really hard to leave her, but that was the biggest breakthrough for me, I think.
Look at the inside.
Eat Fit was built on the reality that kids, both South and North, are not eating healthy. Our goal is to connect kids to good food, to take these skills back to their families, reconnect them to cooking, and to become the cross-generational tools of change to make the communities healthier and to make our community as a whole healthier. So if you look at this, 34% of your sodium in just 1 teaspoon. Yeah, so that's going to be 70% of your daily salt intake in just 1 cup of this. Interesting for me was to take the kids into the grocery stores and have them start reading labels and to look at what they're eating and look at the calorie, salt, and sugar content of the prepackaged foods which they were eating on a regular basis, and then connect them to fresh food and to show them how healthy food can be prepared for less than the prepackaged food they were buying. It was a blast to see the students prepare the green goose curry and then to share it with their friends with such pride and to expand their taste buds and to challenge what they normally eat and to enjoy the food. It was really satisfying. Our kids come back with a great understanding of Canada. They also get a strong connection to the First Nations and Inuit communities that we visit, and they come back and are able to share any, I guess, dispel any myths that they've learned from their family or their community of what life is in the North and what the people in the North are really like.
Even one girl, her name was Dina, and I kind of got the sense that she didn't really like me pushing her out of her comfort zone. She came to the airport after, like when we were leaving, and she gave me her phone case, which I thought was kind of cute, so I gave her my scarf and we did a bit of an exchange.
But coming out of the trip, I feel more or less like we learned just as much as they did about their community, about their lifestyle, and just the people they are as they did from us.
What was neat for my kids to see is that life in the North isn't a whole pile different than life in the South. That everybody goes through the same routine, the same motions. It's just a different environment, a different community, different culture, but very similar. This is a 2-year healthy eating grant provided by the Ministry of Education, and it's going to allow us to return next year and to continue the work that we started on this last trip to Webequie. The whole thing that we want for our kids to learn is that we're no different than the communities that we critique, that our kids down here eat bad food, that our obesity and diabetes rates are on the rise, and that kids and families don't know how to cook anymore, and that we have to, in the South, also change the way that we eat. I think that's the important message that our kids need to understand. People always say, what do I get out of it? That's the thing. What's your biggest moment in doing this? And for me, the biggest satisfaction I get out of it is watching the people who come up with us, whether it be the students or the professionals that are going to help out, is to see that aha moment for them, that realization that life isn't that much different, or that they've learned so much about a community that they didn't know before. That's my satisfaction, is opening the eyes up of the kids that I bring to the North and broadening their understanding of Canada.